Hi, Andrea here, and this is the best quick start video about GetResponse you can find on the internet. Or maybe I just should say this is the best overview you can find, yeah. So the reason I'm doing this is because I have to teach to my virtual assistant how to use GetResponse, and I have to teach him what GetResponse is in the first place. And I thought, okay, instead of doing this for him only, I will just make a video so everybody can benefit from it. So if you are a freelancer, a VA, if you need to train your staff, your virtual assistant to use GetResponse, show them this video. GetResponse is an email automation platform, and in my opinion, it is one of the best. I've been working with a bunch of email automation softwares like ConvertKit, GetResponse, ActiveCampaign, Customer.io, and I have to say that for the money you pay, GetResponse, it does really a good job. So when you log in, you see this. Now this is the new look of GetResponse, and we are in spring 2019. If you opened your account before, it might be that it still looks like this. This is the old look of the application, okay? I personally find this look to be a little bit more clear, because right now to find the features you have to go here. And you have all the same features here, but I don't know why. This is just a personal preference. I like to see them here. I found this very handy. Anyway, these are two different accounts, but the look is different, but the features are exactly the same. So don't get puzzled if you open yours and you find it looks different, okay? It might look like this or like this. Now, I will show you the list of features from here, but I will show you the feature itself in this one. So this account is empty, and this account is a real account. It's my own account, and you see I have 1,600 people, 700 people, and blah blah, a lot of people and a lot of lists. Before we begin, you need an account, because otherwise all the things I'm gonna teach you here, you cannot test them, so you will not learn much. And to get an account is pretty easy. You go at this link here, andreabronzini.com/getresponse, and you will get a 7 days trial. You don't even need to leave them a credit card. Now, this is a referral link, full disclosure, so if you ever decide that you will buy a subscription, I will get a small commission, and it doesn't cost you anything. So let's talk about contacts and lists. GetResponse is an email automation software, so it means it works with email subscribers. The subscribers are organized in lists. Any subscriber can subscribe to multiple lists, and they are counted as different users. So your limit, for example, with the account I have right here, I have a pro account, and my limit is 5,000 subscribers. So every subscriber in every list counts to this limit, to the 5,000 limit. So it means that if one email subscribes to 3 different lists, it will count like 3 different persons. Now, this is not a limitation or something wrong with GetResponse, because most email automation software work like this. The only one that doesn't work like this is ConvertKit, and I think ConvertKit is great if you want to start, but it's not really, it really lacks of a lot of advanced functionalities. The most frustrating thing with ConvertKit is that you cannot export anything. You just can export emails, and I mean, you are collecting data here, a lot of data, and if you cannot export them, that's totally pointless. So the guys at ConvertKit should do definitely something about that. And reporting also is a very big I mean, it's just not there in ConvertKit. Here you have reporting, and it's working really well. We'll come to that. But so back to the lists. You can make as many lists as you want, and I suggest you make really a list for every topic you're trying to address with your emails, because you could in theory have just one list, all your contacts there, and use tags to send emails for different topics. But the problem with that is that if one subscriber decides to unsubscribe from one topic, they will unsubscribe from everything if they are on one list. If you have multiple lists, they can decide to unsubscribe from any of these lists while remain subscribed to the others. Okay, so that's why you have many lists, and that's why you want to keep it that way. Contacts can be imported from a CSV file, or you can acquire contacts organically through web forms that you have here. Web forms with GetResponse are very, very, very easy to use. So there is no other, maybe ActiveCampaign come close to this, but really I've seen this is very flexible. Like ConvertKit, it still requires some degree of JavaScript and API, and other softwares are super complicated, but this is just plain HTML. So even if you are a newbie, even if you don't have the time to go through complex coding sessions, this is really easy. So this is another benefit of GetResponse. We'll come to see forms later. Now let's go to email marketing. Email marketing, and you have it here, is where you compose your emails. Okay, you compose your emails and you send them out to people. Now in email marketing, you also have the opportunity to send autoresponders. This means that these are automated messages, and in the old version you find it under emails. In the new version you have autoresponders here, and the autoresponder, basically what it does, it sends an email automatically on given days. So you will define, you get this email on day 1, this email on day 2, this email on day 3, and so on. So it will take care of your subscribers sending out the emails you want them to read. Okay, this is called autoresponders, not to confuse with automation, which is another thing. Okay, so autoresponder goes out no matter what. It's just a predefined sequence of emails. The next thing is automation. So automation is really, really powerful in GetResponse, and I will show you here. And I will show you, for example, this onboarding redirect. So this is not too complex automation. And what it does, so every time that I have a new subscriber on this list, Catus onboarding, or I move a subscriber to this list, which is done by another automation, by the way, this system will wait for 10 hours. And this is because I want an autoresponder to go out first. So after 10 hours, this condition here will happen. And every block here you can configure in a bunch of ways, and you can create new conditions by using these blocks here. Look how many you have. So I'm not going into the details of this automation, but basically what this particular automation does, it based on the type of customer, there is a field, and this customer could be, like in this case, architect, home buyer, manufacturer, supplier. They are moved to the proper list, to different lists. Okay, if you are an architect, you go in the list for architects and so on. So I have an automation that takes care of that. They all end up, when they sign up, they all end up in the same list. They all receive the first email, and then the automation will take care of moving them in the list where they belong, depending on the customer type. This is just an example of what you can do. You can do really whatever comes to mind. You can tag people based on what they're browsing on your website. You can tag people based on the links they click in your email, and so on. And you can even score people, like give points if they perform some specific action. This is really important. For example, ConvertKit doesn't have that. So you need your email automation software to have scoring, because otherwise you don't understand who are your most engaged customers. That's the whole point of email automation, is to understand who you should talk to, and to do that you need scoring. Next thing that GetResponse does is landing pages. This is very handy because you need landing pages to sell your stuff. So landing pages, it's very, very simple, and the editor of these landing pages is really, really powerful. So I'm gonna show you one. So everything in the editor is drag and drop, and you can edit it just by double clicking. I'm not gonna modify this page because this page is live and it's making money. So just show you how it looks like, the editor. It's very, very flexible. You can use images, you can move stuff, and then you can also see the preview of you can have mobile version, desktop version, you can see the preview, and it works really, really great. Super easy to use, and it has integration with PayPal, which is really easy to connect. I find that this is one of the easiest email automation softwares that makes it easy to connect to PayPal, because even ActiveCampaign, ConvertKit you cannot connect. ActiveCampaign you can connect, and it's quite more complicated. You need to use Zapier for that, but this is like it's built in, so you just don't need any other software to link it. So landing pages is something you definitely should use in your online business, and if you buy GetResponse, you have it in the package, so you don't need to have another software to create landing pages. Again, if you want to get a 7-day trial with GetResponse, use the link up there, andreabronzini.com/getresponse, and you will go straight to the page where you can register and get your free trial, so you can try these landing pages and all the other features of GetResponse. Next one, and this is a big one, is webinars. Okay, webinars, this platform here can make real webinars, like with the webcam and the chat and all these things. Now I try to show you one. It's a little bit time consuming to set up a webinar, but I have a test webinar here, and so I go here and I join as a presenter, and then I click prepare event. Don't start the event now, prepare event, and I don't need this. So here is my camera. Now it's off because I'm recording with the camera, so I cannot show you, but you see this is the attendee list, and you can decide either to show it or just show your name there. So if you have 3 people watching, maybe you don't want to show the list of attendees, but if you have 100, that might be a good idea. People can chat, can ask questions, and then you can present stuff. You can have slides, you can have a whiteboard, you can show your desktop, you can show YouTube videos, and you can even make polls. This is really, really cool. So you prepare all these things beforehand. You put your slides here, you prepare your polls, and then you just run the webinar, and you can access to all these components while you are talking to people. I'm not using this much. I should use it more, yeah. But I find it is really a great feature to have for the price I pay, which is 39 euro. I think it's like some $49 or something like that. So it's the same price you pay for other email automation softwares, and really none of them has this feature here. Okay, let's go back and let's see really, really quickly forms and surveys. Now, forms and surveys, they work like this. You come on the page forms and surveys, and you create a new form. You can use the wizard and create whatever you want, so you have a bunch of apps here that you can use. I personally don't use this, and I use plain HTML. I find it really, really easy to use, and so you can pick a list of yours. So let's pick this one, and this will change this thing here, the code, the ID of the list, right? So, and then you can change things. For example, get my PDF, that's on the subscribing button. Then you can add the custom thank you page. So this will be like HTTPS. You have to put a full link. So this is my domain.com/thank you. I had to click out and then it goes here. Okay, so you have it here. So you see everything you do in the editor of the form, it actually goes in the HTML. So it means that later you can just edit the HTML as soon as you become familiar with the logic, with the syntax. It is very easy to use inside your page without ever coming back to GetResponse. So you can add the first name, custom fields. You can even create your own custom fields, so that, for example, if I want to know I don't know, their website, I have a field for that. If I want to write down where they came from, I have source, which is a custom field, and they all go in here. Then for example, source here is now an input in the form, and you see it here, but I want it to be hidden. So I don't know if I can edit this. No, I cannot edit the form here, but when I will put it on my website, I just will put type hidden here, and you will not see this source. So when I copy this form on my website, I will edit this line here, and I will put in source the campaign that brought them to the website. I will show you in one example. So if I go here to my organic traffic course page, organic, yep. If you scroll here and inspect, you see there is a form here, input, type hidden, name, custom source, value, organic traffic course waiting list. That's just a label that I put for this campaign. All right, so when people subscribe from this form, I know from the source that they came from here. GetResponse is really powerful in this regard. If you have to do this with another email automation software, well, good luck, because it's gonna require quite much effort to get it running, because you most likely have to use APIs and events, and it's like, don't do that. Just get GetResponse. The link is up here. All right, so we are almost in the end. The last thing I'm going to talk about is CRM. I'm not going to talk about auto-funnel, because it is something that came, they just recently launched it, and it just does everything we have seen so far in a more automated way. So I consider this feature for newbies, like they don't know how to use it, so they need some kind of automation for that. So maybe it's good for you, I don't know, but I'm not using it. I have my system already, I have integration with PayPal, I have my landing pages, I have my lists, so I don't need an auto funnel to manage these things for me. Not gonna talk about that. But CRM, so CRM, it is important if you have a kind of business where you are talking to people one-to-one, or you are kind of trying to sell things, and your sales cycle is quite long. So why it is important? Because you can put these people into a pipeline, and I'm gonna show you on this one here. I should have so for my business, I don't need it, because I sell digital products. People either they buy or they don't. I don't need to babysit them, and I don't need to have a sales pipeline for that. But so simple CRM, yeah, I have a test pipeline. You see that there are like different stages. Every contact that signs up comes here in inbound. Then you have to qualify them. You have to determine, do they have the money to buy your service or product? And if they do they really need the service and product? So in that case, they're qualified. Then you need to identify their wants and needs. Then you have to send them a proposal. Then you have to negotiate the proposal. Then you either won or lose the customer. Okay, so this is just a sample I put together. Pipelines, sales pipelines, they look very different depending on the business, so it's up to you. If you want to use the CRM, you have to customize it to your own needs. Now again, GetResponse as a CRM, ActiveCampaign as a CRM, ConvertKit doesn't have it. So this is another good point, good feature that GetResponse will give to you. And again, for the money you pay, that it's a lot of value which is packed into this little neat application. Well, I guess that's it for this video. I just wanted to show you what the GetResponse can do for you and all the features that are inside the application, because this is really one of the best. You shouldn't go crazy looking for an email automation software. Forget MailChimp, don't go with ConvertKit, it's lame. Just get GetResponse and you will not regret it. If you don't have an account, use my referral link up here and you can set up very quickly your account. You get the 7-day trial. You can try it if you like to use it, otherwise you just don't. If you have any specific question about GetResponse, just write it in the comments below the video and I will just make another video for you. Alright? So that's it for this one. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao!